peace happen now. Now's the vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Right now, I want to speak on the subconscious mind and just kind of, again, something told me to do this video and have it a little brief vibe of it, again. So therefore, I got a video that kind of goes more in it. Matter of fact, I got videos that go more into it. I definitely got at least a 155-minute video that taps into speaking on the subconscious realm. I'm gonna go through this, just to just go through the simple and quick aspects of how the subconscious mind works. I say quick, but as quick as it can. Because again, too, it's not about trying to, whole reason why things get thrown off, we're dealing with, spiritual information, knowledge, esoteric occult information, is that, it's like some of it gets brought up and then not dealing with all of the situation, dealing partially with some information like the law of attraction, like it partially dealt with the Hermetic principles, but it didn't fully tell you, like, hey, you got to grasp the whole aspect of all the Hermetic principles. It just lets you know about visualizations and affirmations, and and it just kind of left you there, what I'm saying, on some vibes, And matter of fact, it makes me think about how it's better to apologize than to ask for permission, in the essence of, like nobody Rhonda Byrne could just fall back on some like, oh shit, I didn't know, I made a mistake, or I just was, teach his own. Look, I ain't got no judgment towards nobody. I'm letting it is what it is. We gotta hold ourselves accountable for not falling for certain things, but it's like, hey, my apology. I thought we was only supposed to use one of the Hermetic principles. Hey, look, I made millions off of it. That's all that counts. I help some people. But subconscious mind, it's kind of like our mind that we're dealing with, on a soul level, throughout our being, not only what we call in this waking realm, but also in the sleeping realm, which the conscious mind is only more so active in this, in our dream, in this dense dream realm, we call the matrix or whatever. The conscious mind is active, and the subconscious mind has different aspects of how it's programmed, and we're going to speak on that. The subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or fake. It's constantly recording, whether it's you or a movie, so it don't know the difference of, I'm just watching Die Hard, I'm just watching a Tyler Perry movie, or I'm just, it doesn't see that. So, when you're watching all these traumatizing things, all these things that's, causing you to be in a low vibrational state, to be fearful in some way, form, or fashion, the subconscious is reading that as it's, it's reading it as if it's really happening to you, what I'm saying? It doesn't know that, I'm just watching a movie, it's just taking it in. So that's, one important aspect to remember. So, be aware of that because you're consuming on that vibe, The subconscious mind does not have time interpretation. It doesn't know if you're reminiscing or experiencing that. And which, basically, in essence, the two I just said is somewhat redundant, in the essence where, the subconscious mind is just always recording in general, what I'm saying? And it don't give a damn, about, again, it doesn't see real or fake, or I'm just watching a movie, you know how you watching a movie and you get all sad because the so-and-so didn't do something, or you get all angry because, it might be some traumatizing slave stuff in the movies, what I'm saying, trying to reactivate some bullshit in you, matter of fact, some martyrdom and feel like somebody owed me some reparations, or this or that, to have you back in some victimhood type of shit. But anyway, the subconscious realm, again, doesn't know what's real or fake. No time interpretation. So again, that's why it's important to always be in the moment, and if we go outside of the moment into, the future a little bit, or the past, it's with relevance to our moment. That's why it's always like, all right, yeah, it's cool to tap in the past if it's relevant to our moment, if it's going to help bring some aha and some juice to what we're doing right now, then of course. peeping into the future to help bring some juice or whatever to the moment, of course. But again, the subconscious mind doesn't know if you're reminiscing or if you're experiencing the moment. So when you go to thinking about when you pissed on yourself in third grade and you just constantly sitting in that memory, you're gonna relive and reactivate those energies. You know what I'm saying? So no time interpretation, doesn't know what's real or fake. So also subconscious mind beliefs already are set in place. You know what I'm saying? Like again, the subconscious mind from the first 7 years of our experience, within our bodysuit, within this earthly plane, been picking up on certain beliefs and things that we were taught, and basically, once we're taught that, those beliefs are set into place and it's harder to change the longer they are stored and unchallenged, you know what I'm saying? So that's another aspect of the subconscious mind, that beliefs that we already have, in essence, or that was programmed in, stay in place until they're challenged, and the longer they stay in, the harder they are to challenge. Also, the subconscious mind, every thought causes a physical reaction, like Pavlov's dogs, if you go look up that experiment with Pavlov, this old Russian scientist, but some scientists or whatever, that was doing the experiment and realizing that every time, he would go to feed some dogs, he would ring a bell before he would feed them, and then he realized that, when he would ring the bell, he wasn't even planning on feeding them one day. He rung the bell or something of that nature happened, and then, the dog started salivating as if, he had food prepared, but they were just so used to the repetition. That's another thing. The subconscious deal with repetition, but they were so used to the repetition of hearing that bell that once they heard that bell, they constantly just start sliving, almost like a crack of a whip with slavery, or certain little modalities, that's used to cause a physical reaction and take you to a certain place. You know what I'm saying? So every thought causes a physical reaction, and that goes back to, again, like watching a movie. You watch a movie and your heart physically feels like it drops, like when you watch so and so lose their mama or whatever in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like your heart drop as if you in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So you getting physical reactions, due to what you're consuming on a visual level, or what you're hearing, or things of that nature. But every thought causes a physical reaction. Again, on the subconscious level. Like I thought I was thinking about like a sexual vibe of like doing a certain noise or hearing a certain noise that causes a subconscious reaction. like matter of fact, hearing some oral sex smacking noises might make your penis want to rise up. You know what I'm saying? On a male aspect, or make a female get wet. You know what I'm saying? Because your subconscious, what that noise is. You know what I'm saying? So that by hearing that noise, it's causing a physical reaction. You know what I'm saying? Just by hearing the sound of sex. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you're a queen, your pants get wet. If you're a king, your phallus rising. You know what I'm saying? But every thought has some type of physical reaction to it. Also, subconscious mind deals with expectations, meaning you get what you expect. Oh, she would never talk to me. And once you keep programming and having that habitual thought form, then that's what you're creating. Your subconscious realm is going to constantly give you that feedback of what you putting into it. So so it deals with your expectations. I'm gonna drop, like a sports player, man. I'm gonna drop 50 points on them tonight. You know what I'm saying? And that's Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan's, constant expectation. It's like I'm about to drop 100 on these bars every night. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in that range. It's like, bro, and it happens, or it comes close to happening. But not saying that they are saying 100, but with sports or whatever, you're going out there and having certain high expectations. You know what I'm saying? And which I won't go on that tangent too much, but having high expectations, but also knowing that yep, I just leave it be. Trying to venture off. But again, the subconscious mind deals with expectations. So what do you constantly expect is what you're gonna be programmed. Like again, subconscious deals with 99.9 of what you do, say, and just actively kind of vibe with on autopilot within your day is due to your subconscious programming. You know, so like, so say for instance, what I mean by autopilot, you're naturally not gonna speak to a woman if you're subconsciously programmed to feel like, oh man, they wouldn't talk to me. So you just on autopilot of not even acknowledging a woman. They feel that, so they not even speaking to you because you got the subconscious programming of like, shit, I don't think you would talk to me, and again, that's also giving off a non-confident vibe as well. But not gonna drift too far in there. But expectations, with the subconscious mind as well. And with that also, the subconscious mind always looking for proof. You know what I'm saying? It's always scanning your every interaction, looking for some proof to strengthen that belief system too. So, if I'm saying I'm an entrepreneur, the subconscious mind is looking for entrepreneur-like behavior. If you're saying you're a Reiki master, then the subconscious mind is looking for energy of being a Reiki master, which I'm finding that I wouldn't resonate with the word master, because master, just goes back to slavery, like master teacher, master this, like, I'm nobody master, no matter how intellectual or how much information or how much wisdom, whatever, I don't feel, like I'm not no one's master in that essence, you know what I'm saying? But again, looking for proof, is one of the things the subconscious do. So it's scanning your every interaction, looking for proof to strengthen that belief or that affirmation that you put out there, you know what I'm saying, as well. The subconscious mind always beats out the conscious mind. So no matter what you may say on the conscious mind level, again, like, oh, I ain't scared of crawfish. Crawfish don't scare me. And then somebody show you a crawfish and you're like, oh shit, get that out of my face. That's because, again, it's like the deeper subconscious programming is what really rules, what's present in your realm and what manifests in your realm. So no matter what the conscious mind say, it's all about what's programming your subconscious until it's challenged, you know what I'm saying? Again, we spoke on that earlier as well, It's like until you challenge it, you're going to keep going through that same energy, And another aspect, ideas stay until they are replaced. That's kind of like that, things, a belief stand until it's unchallenged. Until it's challenged. So, ideas stay into your subconscious until you deprogram, reprogram, and challenge the BS, challenge the belief systems. Am I doing this because of my mom and daddy told me to do that, or because I saw this as a little kid? Because again, the subconscious also just picks up on the images and what's going on around us, and not necessarily what's being said, like in the movies and stuff like that. That's another thing, like the conscious mind is like a guard dog, like kind of protective over the subconscious mind. And what a lot of love modalities is meant to do is to throw a bone to the subconscious. So like the subconscious like a guard dog, and somebody come and throw a little bone to run the conscious mind off, so the subconscious mind is open to be programmed, you know what I'm saying? And again, like the movie Get Out, she's stirring that spoon, to grab the conscious mind, you know what I'm saying? So she could subtly, put suggestions into the subconscious mind. And that's one of the last aspects of what I'm speaking on is, the suggestions, can program the subconscious mind. So it's like the subtle aspects is what really, like say for instance, you could have like all these different like an action movie, action going over here, action going over there, and that's catching your conscious mind, yeah, but subconsciously, you're being programmed by the fact that you're watching Gods of Egypt and nobody is melanated. So subconsciously, you're gonna equate your own history with not even being yours, because you're constantly not seeing it represented in your light, as it truthfully is, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's not even being on no like fake Ashkenazi Jewish stuff like, we deserve our reparations, this and that, like, nah, because that's another thing, you're not playing victim conscious or none of that. It's having a certain awareness, though, of what's going on, in order to, not continuously fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Because some people, again, they 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 trying their best to keep that knife in your back. So we can't trust somebody who always never want to relinquish this fear and relinquish this power over everything. Can't expect for them to do things. For again, just like in life, I'm accountable for the change within myself, and ultimately that happens externally, but first off with the change within myself. So again, like, certain people still got that, like, smiling in your face, like, oh, you want a hug, smiling, but still trying to keep that knife in your back. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know uh that's a little subtleties, you know what I'm saying? Or you know uh having certain movies, you laughing and clowning about the certain thing, but the man always wearing a dress or something of that nature. Again, to each his own with your sexual orientation, man. We souls on different experiences, but again, just speaking to the awareness of, again, what is gnosis or diagnosis? Gnosis is knowledge, and diagnosis is, like basically like breaking down or acknowledging something. Because in order to fix something, you gotta acknowledge something. So if I'm acting like something is not happening, then I would never be able to fix it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that new age bullshit try to get everybody, oh, don't focus on that, or don't. It's like, in order to, like, it's a whole aspect of shadow work. Like, a shadow exists inside of me because I stopped paying attention to certain things that were going on, and tried to, like, oh, but let me, like, look at it because it's traumatizing, or it makes me emotional, this and that. It's like, well, it's only going to get bigger, and the only way to heal it or, transmute it is to face it, is to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? To really diagnose. If I got a broke leg, I don't fix it by ignoring it. I fix it by actually having to acknowledge that, hey, I got a broke leg. Acknowledge the pain. Acknowledge that my leg kind of hurt due to it being broke. But then from there, I'm able to heal my leg compared to somebody who got a broke leg and they try to ignore the pain. They trying to numb it up with painkillers. And act like it doesn't happen, and the next thing you know, down the line, you see that person having to amputate their leg, something of that nature. From ignoring the obvious vibes, you know what I'm saying? But again, the subconscious can be programmed through suggestions, and instead of saying, hey, hey, man, wear a dress. Like, nah, they gonna subtly have those little aspects within the movie, you know what I'm saying? Hey, melanated man, we want you to be more homosexual. Nah, they're not gonna have that line in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how it works. Because again, your conscious mind aware, like, look at them trying to do this. And that's the whole aspect of thing. And you gotta think of this on some realistic shit. Like, somebody's trying to trick the fuck out of you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what those energies, they're gonna come at you in that manner. When I say this, that's not to look at no chasing something external. Again, we created this dream realm with certain aspects in it that's like a catalyst and the pressure to turn us into diamonds on a soul level. It's a temporary experience that we're learning from. But within this temporary, and I say and within this temporary experience, there's certain things that we have to be aware of in order to make it out of this experience, and also help those who gonna still be experiencing this realm to not fall for the banana tailpipe while they in this realm. You know what I'm saying? So they could actually have the awareness to be like, oh shit, this is not a forceful situation. I could actually choose to be in this earthly matrix, in this earthly plane. So I don't have to stay here. That's the whole aspect of what we're trying to do, is just, and I say trying to, we're helping souls, not only ourselves to remember, but as we remember, then, it trickles down into helping other souls realize, like, this is a temporary experience, and you don't have to reincarnate here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but and the subconscious mind speaks through symbols and sigils. Like creating your own little sigils and symbols. Go check out my videos. You just look up universal frequencies and sigils. SIGILS. It'll pop up. But again, the subconscious mind speaks more, better, again, in symbols. That's why movies are so potent. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like with affirmations is cool. But say, for instance, if I keep saying I want an apple, let's say, I am apple, or I want an apple. within this Babylon language and the foolishness of these words, like what kind of apple do you want? You want a iPhone or like a laptop apple, like a Macintosh? You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of apple? You know what I'm saying? So you want to be plugging in, things with the subconscious, with sigils and symbols. And remember, you have to be aware of the inner hunches and impulses that guides us to the path of least resistance to manifestation. Because otherwise, doing like sigil magic and stuff like that, like to deprogram or reprogram the subconscious mind. When you're doing this sigil magic, you also got to be making sure you're following your higher self. Because things won't pop off if you're not following the hunches and the impulses that your higher self, that the higher self that you are is, delivering. You know what I'm saying? Because we are higher self in a bodysuit, and it's just that the more the bodysuit has a compatibility with the high vibrational light that we are, the more our higher self will come into this bodysuit. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically it, y'all. The subconscious realm, very important, very key, because it's, like the pimps say, like once I got your body, once I got your mind, I got your body, and that's literally what happens. You know what I'm saying? Well, you get a situation where, over 1,000 slaves scared to overrun a plantation with about maybe, let's just say 20 people at the most overseeing. You know what I'm saying? To their 1,000, but because they're subconsciously programmed to be scared of massa. You know what I'm saying? Unlike the Haitian, beings and certain indigenous tribes within in Americas who, it wasn't in their karmic conditions as a soul to deal with that in this lifetime, so they kind of, didn't get programmed with the slave subconscious programming, so they knew to stand up and, quote unquote, fight and protect their indigenous energy. Hence the reason why they never got enslaved. You know what I'm saying? And may also shed some light on, maybe slavery did have some, some choice to it, in essence. But again, once your subconscious program, it is, difficult, you know what I'm saying? Again, like Pavlov's dogs, once them dogs start hitting the bell and start salivating, it would take them a while to not, like it would take a strong, for one, they would have to realize that they're being conditioned. First and foremost, they have to, to diagnose, they have to have the gnosis of knowing what's going on in order to even pull themselves out. So yeah, I see why some people may feel like, oh, it wasn't a choice, yeah, to some extent, in the essence, well, yeah, once you're so strongly programmed, it's very difficult to kick that programming, But, it definitely, again, more of a choice. But again, back to the bigger picture too, karmic energy is playing out and things of this nature too. It's basically it, subconscious realms, tapping into it. Programming. If you don't program your subconscious, somebody else will. Also check out my video. I got a playlist on subconscious programming. Or you go check out my Politricks video playlist, where I think that's where most of my videos on social engineering, and how the Tavistock Institute, with the Beatles and the LSD, and, that whole vibe, and yeah. Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future.